Welcome in to Lojas Field. Sam Reeves here with you. Another edition of Duelers Baseball here from Fulton, Kentucky. Thank you all for joining me. Also, just to give you a heads up quickly, I'm trying a new audio input into our broadcast tonight. I noticed listening back to the game last night, there was a lot of background noise from up there in the press box. So we're going to try a new input and see how that goes. I'll have 3 hours to listen back to it on the bus ride back home tonight to Bowling Green. So plenty of time to check it out and see how it goes. But if there is any immediate issues that you see as we're going through the game tonight, feel free to message me on Facebook at the Duelers page or to my own personal page if there's anything crazy that happens, but I have a monitor on it, so we should be okay. Anyways, the Duelers 19-13, they have won one in a row after winning last night 13-3 on a walk-off run rule in the 8th inning against this same Fulton Railroaders team. Brings the record to 19-13 overall for your Duelers. The Railroaders, they've lost 2 straight to the Duelers last night and then the full count the night before. Their overall record 17-17. These two teams sit pretty close together in the OVL South. We'll dive more into that as the night proceeds. But let's first go through the starting lineups for before tonight's game, as we're about 20 minutes or so away from first pitch. The homestanding Fulton Railroaders are managed by Scott Guyman, and they will start like this. Leading off, the right fielder, Jake Sikander. Batting second, the center fielder, Braxton Baird. Hitting third, the left fielder, Ryan Callahan. Brady Holloway hits fourth. He's the first baseman. Parker Estes hits fifth for Fulton. He's at third. Aiden Cloud, the shortstop, will hit sixth. Batting seventh is the catcher, Wesley Mann. Hitting eighth, the DH tonight is Tennessee Carranza. And rounding out the starting 9 for Fulton will be the second baseman, Garner Anderson. Malik Pogue will be making his Fulton Railroaders debut tonight as the starting pitcher on the mound. Pogue from Murray State University. Again, starting for the Railroaders, it will be Sikander, Baird, Callahan, Holloway, Estes, Cloud, Mann, Carranza, and Anderson with Pogue on the mound. For the Duelers, managed, of course, by Kyle Schexnader, they'll look to make it 2 in a row tonight with the following starting 9. Leading off in left field for the first time this year will be Jonathan Evans. Batting second, the shortstop, Gustavo Gonzalez. Batting third, the third baseman, Jay Curtis. Batting fourth in the cleanup spot tonight in right field for his first action out there this season will be Mark Castle. Jackson Norris is the DH. He will hit fifth. Cam Mcmillan, who had a tremendous Duelers debut, at least first start as a Dueler last night. Cam is in center and hitting sixth. Rashard Grace is the catcher tonight. He hits seventh. Batting eighth for the Duelers at first base is Nate Lai. And rounding out the starting 9 for your Franklin Duelers, Matt Jenkinson. He is the second baseman. On the mound for the Duelers tonight is Trevecca Nazarene's James Dixon. Again for your Duelers, Evans, Gonzalez, Curtis, Castle, Norris, Mcmillan, Grace, Lai, and Jenkinson with James Dixon on the mound. That is how we look. We'll take one quick break and be back with one more segment of pregame and the start of this baseball game after this. You're listening to Duelers Baseball on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network, Sam Reeves here with you about 10 minutes before the opening pitch of this ball game between the Duelers and the Fulton Railroaders. I want to apologize currently, and I know I will again once more people get on here, but I cannot do anything about the pole that's blocking home plate. Unfortunately, we are in the, as I like to call it, the press box perch. Up here, a wooden structure built into the stands here at old-timey Aloha's Field. And there is one spot for the camera beside the rickety table where I'm at. And that's where it is. So, unfortunately, there is a little bit of a pull in the way, but nothing I can do about it. I apologize for that. The one thing I will say about Fulton is their people up here do a good job. They take great care of me, so I'm very grateful for that. They're working with what they have as well. So, at a field that's as old as Aloha's is, we kind of got to deal with what we got. Speaking of Aloha's Field, it may be a little bit hard to tell on camera, but dimensions are weird. And when I say weird, I mean really, 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 really weird. To the left center gap, it's 352. Then you go down the right field line, and it's 210 to straightaway right. No, not to the corner, to straightaway right. It's 210. There's a pretty tall wall out there with advertisements on it in right field that's 210 feet from home plate. And then there's a 40-foot high net on top of the regular wall. And also a ground rule to mention, just to clarify, you have to hit the ball over that netting in order for it to be a home run. I believe it's a ground rule double if you hit it into the netting. So that is an important note to make as well. Here are the Railroaders and the Duelers about to do business. The three umpires, I do not have their names. I don't think Fulton has provided them. I'll check at the break and let you know. But quickly going through the lineups once again for those of you that are joining us that are new to the stream tonight. It'll be Jake Seconder leading off for the Railroaders, followed by Braxton Baird in center, Ryan Callahan in left. Brady Holloway hits fourth. He's at first, followed by Parker Estes hitting fifth. Aiden Cloud hits sixth. That's short. Wesley Mann is the catcher hitting seventh. Tennessee Carranza and Garner Anderson round out the starting nine for the Railroaders. For the Duelers, it will be Jonathan Evans leading off. He's in left tonight for the first time this year. Gustavo Gonzalez hits second at shortstop. Jay Curtis hits third at third base. Mark Castle starts in right for the first time tonight. He hits cleanup. Jackson Norris hits fifth. He is the designated hitter. Cam Mcmillan, who had a really nice game last night for the Duelers, hits sixth. He's in center. Richard Grace is the catcher. He hits seventh. Nate Lai bats eighth at first base, and Matt Jenkinson hits ninth at second base, with James Dixon on the mound for your Duelers. That is where we sit. The Duelers and the Railroaders about to meet for the third game in a row for the Duelers. The Railroaders had a game on Monday against Full Count. The Duelers had Monday off, so this is our third straight game against Full Count, or against Fulton, in 4 days. And we will come back here a week from yesterday, and the final game of the regular season as well, to wrap up the regular season at this place. So that's where we sit. The Railroaders and the Duelers about to do battle here this evening. We'll be right back with the start of this ballgame in just a couple of minutes. Stay with us on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers baseball record, or Duelers baseball network, excuse me, the 19-13 Duelers and the 17-17 Fulton Railroaders. I've went through the starting lineups, but going through them quickly again. For the Duelers, it'll be Evans, Gonzalez, Curtis, Castle, Norris, Mcmillan, Grace, Lai, and Jenkinson, with Dixon on the mound. For the Railroaders, Sikander, Baird, Callahan, Holloway, Estes, Cloud, Mann, Carranza, and Anderson, with a newly rostered Malik Pogue on the mound for the Railroaders. Also, just want to give you a heads up. I'm trying a new audio input, same headset, just a different input, a different way to put it into my laptop, because I noticed listening back into the game last night there was a lot of background noise from our press box. So I'm trying a new input. I'll have 3 hours on the bus the ride back to listen back to this and see what I think, but hopefully the background noise will be a little bit diminished, although I am right by the speaker or the press box up here, the press perch as I like to call it, in the stands, built into the stands here at Lojas Field. So I'm not really comparing apples to apples, which doesn't really help, but as we hear a train going by or something, good sound effects by the Railroaders. It is important to note that we only have one regular season home game left, so I don't really want to wait until we're back home on the 18th to try this new audio prior to the playoffs. So that's kind of a breakdown, just to give you guys an update. Also, I mentioned this earlier, but I'll mention it again. Due to our very diminutive setup here at the press perch, I apologize for the pole that's blocking the plate, but there is nowhere else for me to put the camera. We have stuff situated on a very rickety table that I can't really use for the camera because every time anybody moves, it will move the camera, which is not good for you guys. So I got to find a flat surface, and there is one tiny corner with a flat surface up here that I can use. So I'm taking advantage of it the best I can. So I apologize for the pole blocking the plate. Hopefully it's okay and good enough for you guys to at least stick with me tonight. I have a lot of appreciation for Fulton's Wi-Fi. They have the best Wi-Fi in the league. I'm actually running this stream completely off of Wi-Fi, which I can't even do at home. At the South Warren ballpark at home, we have to go hardwired. Nobody has hardwired internet to access for a visiting broadcaster like myself, but Fulton's Wi-Fi is so good that we're able to run this pretty well. Take one final break for the national anthem and be back at the start of this ball game in just a second on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Sam Reeves here with you up in the press perch at Lojas Field. The Duelers and the Railroaders about to do battle here. Uniforms tonight, the Duelers in their all grays, the road gray tops, road gray pants, royal blue numerals and lettering trimmed in red. The Railroaders in their home white pants with the orange uniforms with the gold numerals and lettering. Warm-up pitches from Malik Pogue being tossed as we speak. For the Duelers, it will be Evans, Gustavo Gonzalez, and Jay Curtis due up to start off this ballgame. The Duelers looking to continue their winning ways. Finally snapped the losing streak last night with a run rule victory, 13-3 after 8. And they'll look to keep it going tonight. As we go through tonight, I'll give you an update on the standings as we're getting very close to playoff time here in the OVL. Season's wrapping up. It is flowing by. Thank you all for tuning in. Made my summer an absolute blast. It's not over yet. Hopefully we can take home some hardware. But as the regular season comes to a close, wanted to thank everybody for their consistent and constant support over the course of this season. It's been my pleasure to call these games. It's been awesome to get the reps, and it's been incredibly awesome as well to be a part of this team. Phil Kundle, the owner of the Duelers, have provided me with a tremendous opportunity, and I'm very grateful for him and for Coach Schexnader and the entire coaching staff as well as our entire roster for making sure I was taken care of and for including me and making sure my broadcasts are as best or as good as they can be. So thank you to everyone involved for that. As the regular season starts to wrap up, the pitch to Evans to lead off this ball game is fouled off third base side, and it's 0-1 to Big Jonathan. The Starkville, Mississippi native from Southern University, one of the 4 Southern University players on this Steelers team. In case anybody was curious, yes, there is a max. You can have up to 4 players from one college or university on a summer league team in the OVL. The next pitch to Evans is crushed down the right field line and a foul. It is 0-2 to Jonathan Evans. And the 0-2 pitch. That's off the corner. Good take. 1-2. The Railroader fans did not appreciate that call, but at least from up here, that definitely looked outside. The 1-2 from Pogue on the ground. Foul, first base side, past first base coach Will Allen. On the year for Jonathan Evans, a .272 hitter. His average has slowly been climbing. 81 at-bats, 22 runs, 22 hits, 2 doubles, 3 homers, 8 RBIs, 18 walks, 28 strikeouts for Jonathan Evans. The 1-2 pitch. On the ground, foul back to the screen. We'll do it again. Evans taps the plate once. Now the bat on his shoulder. And the 1-2 from Malik Pogue. Well, that's on a line down the left field line, and that'll fall just fair. Evans will hit first, round first hard, and pull up. A leadoff single to start this one for Evans. His hot hitting will continue, and that will bring up Gustavo Gonzalez. One of the 3 new Duelers on the roster, Gustavo Gonzalez, from Rochester Community and Technical College, born and raised in Sarasota, Florida. Very good defensive shortstop. Right side in the box, takes the first pitch inside, ball 1. Wearing Quincy Smith's old number 42 for Gustavo. In his Duelers debut last night, he had a single on a walk. Officially 1 for 3 with that walk. Though back to first, Evans is safe. That's a close play over there as Holloway applied the tag. Evans dove back in head first just ahead of it. That's Gustavo Gonzalez. Then infielder starting at shortstop once again. Here tonight, the pitch. That's high and inside, called ball number 2. 2-0 to Gonzalez. Jonathan Evans, who leads off first, has 10 stolen bases, has only been caught 2 times, so we'll see if the Duelers put him in motion here early. And the pitch is popped up, foul ball on the right field side, and it lands untouched in foul territory, just out of the reach of the right fielder, Sikander, for strike 1. It's 2 balls and 1 strike now to Gustavo Gonzalez. Jonathan Evans led off with a single here in the inning as we start this ball game at Lojas Field in Fulton, Kentucky, right on the border of Tennessee and Kentucky. Another throw to first. Evans dove back in safely. It's still 2-1 from the stretch. Pogue's pitch. That just misses away, or it's called a strike. Very delayed call by the home plate umpire, but I think he got it right. That was a strike. 2-2 your count. Fulton, Kentucky, situated on the southernmost point in Kentucky. Pitch to Gustavo's outside. Good take, ball 3. The Fulton fans are very boisterous, and they have been all year. It's a joy to be back here, folks. We've missed this. They like to talk. Throw to first. Not in time. Evans dives back in. They didn't like that one either. We're in for a fun night here from Fulton. They like to make their voices heard, and I can't say I blame them, but it's kind of a new taste for the OVL. Evans takes off, and that's a hit by pitch. The 3-2 is inside, and it plunks Gustavo Gonzalez. The Duelers in business now. First and second, and nobody down for Jay Curtis. For reference, geographically, because Fulton kind of is in the middle of nowhere, it is just southwest of Murray, Kentucky, where Murray State University is, and it's just to the north of Martin, Tennessee. If that helps any of you, if any of you are curious where the heck we are, because I had to look it up too. Pitch to Curtis, and there's strike 1. No balls and 1 strike to Jay Curtis, from the University of Dayton, of course. 254 hitter on the summer for Jay. Jonathan Evans on second. Gustavo Gonzalez on first, and the pitch. Off the outside corner, taken for ball 1, I think. Yes, 1-1. The home plate umpire kind of motioned to the side like he was about to call a strike, but it was too delayed, I guess. It's kind of confusing with the way he's calling strikes with his little hand motion when he points with his right arm. The 1-1 pitch. That's in there, strike 2 on a fastball outer half. Jay in conversation with him. This is interesting. And Kyle Schexnayder is going to call time and come talk to him. He wants to make sure to not get his third baseman ejected in the first inning. Jay has a right to ask an umpire whether that just caught the inside black or the upper part of the zone. He totally has a right to inquire about that as long as he does it respectfully. And the home plate umpire did not like whatever Jay said to him. Took off his mask, kind of got in Jay's face just a little bit. Kyle Schexnayder came over to make sure he would keep his third baseman in the ball game. The count's 1 ball and 2 strikes to Jay. Pogue is ready, and the pitch. That's popped up. Fouling out of play, back behind the plate, over our heads. And it's 1-2. Also, more geographic info for you. There is a Fulton, Kentucky, of course, where we are, and just to the south, a South Fulton over the border in Tennessee. So they have a lot of various locations and businesses that sponsor the Railroaders. A look back to second. Evans goes back in standing up. No throw from Pogue. So they got two states to work with for sponsors here in Fulton. It's a very quirky little ballpark we actually had to enter the ballpark into the center field wall. The pitch. Not the chopper, slowly hit up the middle, a tough play. Nobody's going to cover first. Pogue finally does and hits the bag just in time. Evans back to third, they throw it away. Down the left field line. Evans will come in to score. Gustavo Gonzalez up to third, and it's 1-0 Duelers on a bad throw over there to third base. That was kind of an awkward play from the start. It was a chopper in between the mound, first base, and second base. Pogue started to go get the baseball and then realized he had to cover first base. Holloway ended up with it, flipped to him just in time to get Curtis at first, and then they tried to throw back behind Evans at third at the time. They threw the ball down the left field line, and Evans scored. It's 1-0 Duelers. The pitch to Mark Castles on the outside corner, strike one. So as we stand now, 1-0 Duelers. Runner on first base, runner on second base as he came around to score. I'm blocked by the pole. There we go. Pitch to Castles, a ground ball to third. In comes Estes on a hop. Good pick. Throw to first in time to get him. Now that's out number two. As both runs came around to score on the play. I didn't see Gustavo come across. I only saw John Evans, but they both ended up scoring. It's 2-0 Duelers. Bases were empty at that point. I kept looking over to third like there would be a runner there, but Gustavo ended up scoring. The bases were empty. They still are empty. Here with two down in the inning. And Jackson Norris will hit one of the hotter bats on this team. Pitch is swung on and missed, strike one. So no RBI for Curtis on his ground out on the two-run error by the pitcher, Pogue. I'll make sure they rung it up that way in the official score online here. We'll double check it. Another swing and a miss. It's 1-2 now to Jackson Norris, and yes, that is indeed the accurate score, or the actual accurate score depiction. The error by Pogue on the overthrow back to third base scores 2 runs. It's 2-0, and the 1-2 to Norris. High and away on a fastball. 2 balls and 2 strikes. This is Malik Pogue's first appearance actually in a Fulton Railroaders uniform from Murray State University. Put up pretty good numbers last season at Murray State. I'll go through those in the next inning. Pitch. That's in the air to right. Sikander doesn't even have to move and brings it down to end the inning, but the Duelers get 2 runs on the error by the pitcher. We head to the bottom of the first after this. It's 2-0 Duelers on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Back in, Jake Sikander into the box to lead off for Fulton. First pitch from James Dixon is on the corner. Strike one called. It's 2-0 Duelers. Here in the bottom of the first, Sikander, Baird, and Callahan due up. And the next pitch, that's low and in. The ball 1-1. Your count. Jake Sikander from the University of Dubuque in Chula Vista, California. The next pitch. On the ground, up the middle. Over to get it is Gustavo Gonzalez. Throw to first in time. Gathered it in behind the second base bag. Made a strong throw to lie over there at first for out number one. Nice play to start the ball game and get Gustavo in it defensively. And now Braxton Baird, who had a little bit of a minor nagging injury last night. He could have played, according to Scott Guyman, but just wanted to rest him last night against the Duelers at South Warren. But a very talented player back in there tonight. First pitch is off the outer half, ball one. And the 1-0 pitch. Squares the bunt, pops it up, foul territory. Back goes Grace, makes a basket catch. Nice play back there by Grace for out number two. That'll now bring up Ryan Callahan. Wright State University. On the year for James Dixon, 4 appearances, 3 starts, no record, 12 1/3 innings as the first pitch to Callahan is on the way, and that's inside ball one. In the 12 1/3 innings that Dixon has thrown so far this year, 12 hits, 9 runs, all 9 earned, 5 walks and 11 strikeouts, a 6.57 ERA, but he has been better since coming back from an injury. Pitch. That's a liner into left, a solid single in the 5-6 hole. And that's a 2-out single for Callahan. That'll bring up the first baseman, Brady Holloway, now. Southwest Tennessee Community College's Brady Holloway into the box now. Left-handed hitting first baseman against the righty Dixon, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, strike one. For Brady Holloway, a .293 hitter this year. 82 at-bats, 12 runs, 24 hits, 3 doubles, 3 homers, 18 RBIs. And the 0-1 pitch, that's outside, ball one, 1-1. Callahan has 6 stolen bases over there at first. Has been caught 1 time, so we'll see if they put him in motion here. Next pitch is just off the outside corner. 2-1 is your count. Duelers and the Railroaders, at least from a Duelers perspective, the 3rd meeting in a row between these two teams. Dixon ready and the pitch. Swung on and missed on a fastball away. 1-2, or 3-2 now your count. Or it's 2-2. That's what I thought it was. The scoreboard said 3-1, but it is 2-2. To Brady Holloway. Dixon ready, gets a sign from Grace. And the 2-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And that is James Dixon's first strikeout on the day, and that will end the inning after 1 hit and 1 man left on. The Duelers are still up 2-0 as we head to the second on the Duelers Baseball Network. We'll be right back. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Cam Mcmillan will lead off here in the second against Malik Hogue. Mcmillan, in his first start as a Dueler, was fantastic yesterday. First pitch of this at-bat is swung on and missed strike one. Yesterday for Mcmillan, hitting the 8-hole, started in left field, and was 2 for 4 with 2 RBIs, a homer, and a smash double in the left center gap. For his 2 hits of the 4 ABs for Cam, the 0-1 pitch, that's off the inside corner or on the inside corner. I take that back, called strike 2. Born and raised in Kansas City, Missouri, went to St. Thomas Aquinas on the Kansas side. Not too far from my high school, as a matter of fact, and the 0-2 pitch. Check swing, and they ring him up. That was the weirdest strike 3 call I've ever seen from an home plate umpire. Okay, that's strike 3. Huh. That was quite emphatic, and I've never seen a strike call like that. But that's a strikeout for Pogue, his first of the day, and Mcmillan is retired. That'll now bring up Rashard Grace, the catcher from Southern University, the third of 4 players from Southern on the roster, called strike 1 on the outer half. 3 of them in the starting lineup tonight. Nate Lai at first base from Southern, as well as Jonathan Evans and Rashard Grace, who's at the plate now. The 0-1 pitch. Off the inside corner, ball 1. At this point, there is only 3 players from Southern on the roster. Unfortunately, Quincy Smith, who was the 4th, had to leave us early as his grandfather passed away, so we're definitely thinking of Quincy. Sorry that he had to go, but of course family comes first and had to go take care of that stuff. So Quincy could not have been a nicer young guy, and was a joy to watch him battle day in and day out while he was here. And the pitch is all the way back to the backstop. 2-2 from Pogue to Grace, his collegiate teammate of Quincy's and also of John Evans and Nate Lai, of course. The assistant coaches on this Duelers team also both coach at Southern, so we have a large Southern University contingent on this Duelers roster. I also want to give a quick apologies for the fan that you see in the bottom right corner of your screen. Also, can't really avoid that, so hopefully you kind of just learn to tune it out, as I kind of have, as it's kind of in my peripheral vision as well. It's 3-2 now to Grace with 1 out and nobody on. On deck for the Duelers is the aforementioned Nate Lai. Pogue is ready, and the payoff pitch, the kick, on the way. And that is a strikeout on an inside fastball, a delayed call. As the home plate umpire is confusing everybody in the stands. Nobody has any idea what's going on. Grace was halfway to first base, and he rung him up on a very delayed, nonchalant strike 3 call. Very bizarre. 2 outs and nobody on for Nate Lai now. Pitch. Swung on a miss on a fastball, strike 1. And we have the sound effects, as Fulton is very well known for. In my left ear. Gotta love the enthusiasm here at Lojas Field. Pitch. On the outside corner. Good frame job on that one by Wesley Mann. It's 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. And a good bounce back inning from Malik Pogue, who strikes out the side in the second after allowing 2 to score in the first. We'll go to the bottom of inning number 2 after this. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. 2-0 Duelers. Bottom of the second upcoming. It will be Parker Estes to lead off. And the first pitch from Dixon. Swung on and missed at an inside fastball, 0-1. Parker Estes, very talented bat from Murray State. Wears number 5 in the orange home uniforms for the Railroaders tonight. Born and raised for Parker in Elizabethtown, Kentucky. Pitch. Well, that's on the line and into left center, all the way to the wall, off the wall. Comes over towards center fielder Ken Mcmillan. Now that's a long single. That's the short porch and right for you. Super, super peculiar and odd and weird and whatever other word you want to use to describe the dimensions here at Lojas Field. Again, 210 to straightaway right field. The wall juts out to like 380 in dead center. Pitch to Cloud, lays down a bunt right back to Dixon. He'll bare hand, throw to first in time for out number 1. Estes advances to second on the play. And now Wesley Mann will hit. I think the umpires or the fans in the stands, I think they're umpires, want a balk call on James Dixon, who did nothing wrong on that delivery. I'll tell you that much right now. But the third base umpire is having a discussion with Scott Guyman. Now we'll go talk to Dixon. What in the world? So your guess is as good as mine. Dixon is smart. He's calling for time right now so that nobody will start to run around the bases. While Guyman is in a very heated conversation with now the home plate umpire. I think Guyman thought there was a balk called or something. I don't know exactly. That was not communicated very well up here. But the Railroaders fans are not happy. Anyways, we should be back to play now. Man on second and 1 out, just like before the complaining started. So 1-3 on the sac bunt for Aiden Cloud. Now Parker Estes at second for Wesley Mann, although Aiden Cloud is now back at the plate and there's nobody out, so they must have taken the out off the board, and Mcmillan boots it in center. Over to Evans. Around third comes Estes, and he will score. It's 2-1. All right, so I think I guess they must have called a balk because Cloud was able to reach first. And then, okay, I take that back. On a balk, of course, it's just no pitch on a dead ball. So Cloud was still up, and that double or single was hit by Cloud. Scoring Estes, that's very confusing, and I still don't know exactly what happened, but it's 2-1 Duelers. I do know that much. And now Wesley Mann will hit. Runner at first and nobody down. That pitch is inside. It's 2-0. So Aiden Cloud on first after the RBI single, scoring Estes from second. You can take the sac bunt out of your scorecard as I have just done. Throw to first, not in time. So instead of the sac bunt, it's now an RBI single for Cloud. He's now on first. It's a tying run with Wesley Mann ahead in the count, 2-0. Next pitch, inside ball 3 from Dixon. Wesley Mann from Dyersburg State Community College in Pensacola, Florida. Plays a little bit of first base and third base. Started at DH last night, but is mainly a catcher pitch. That ball's hit high in the air to right. Mark Castle is out there. Waits for it to come down and makes the catch for out number 1. Good comeback pitch on 3-0 as Man was swinging away and flew out to right. Mark Castle's out there today for his first action of the summer in right field. I was actually talking to Mark a few days ago. He has gloves for many hats. He's a man of many hats, and as a result has many gloves, as the case may be. Of course, Castle usually starts at first, and with the way this field is set up, right field is pretty much just an extension of first base. It's so shallow. Throw back to first, not in time as Cloud dove back in at first. Tennessee Carranza, now the hitter, whose father is the first base coach of the Fulton Railroaders team. Pitch. Inside, ball one. Aiden Cloud, who's over there at first base. Has no stolen bases in 3 attempts. A 1-0 count to Tennessee Carranza, and the pitch, that's in there, strike one. Tennessee Carranza from the University of Montevallo, so collegiate teammates with Jackson Norris. Born and raised in Brawley, California. Pitch. Slider away. Good take on that pitch by Tennessee. And it's 2-1. Time runner first with one down here in the bottom of the second. Already one across for Fulton in the inning. From the stretch, Dixon looks in to get the sign and the pitch. Fouled off the hands. First base side foul. It's 2-2 now. Carranza back into the box, right-handed hitter, DHing this evening for Scott Guyman and Fulton. The 2-2 pitch. That's in the air, foul. First base side. And it's still 2-2. Pretty decent crowd on hand for the game this evening here in Fulton. And the pitch. That's into shallow center. In comes Mcmillan to play on a bounce. And that's a 2-out or a 2-strike single of the blue variety to center for Tennessee Carranza. Now Garner Anderson to hit. University of Tennessee at Martin for Garner Anderson. Utility man, plays mostly outfield, but starting at second base this evening. Pitch. That's foul, third base side, 0-1. Runners first and second. Cloud at second. Carranza at first with one down for the Railroaders here in the second. It's 2-1 your score as we stand currently. Situated up in the press perch, as they could say, and the pitch. That's inside, ball one from Dixon, missing consistently in these last few hitters. It's 1-1 from James to Garner Anderson. Where's number one? Born and raised right there in Martin, Tennessee, where he attends college. The 1-1 pitch. That's fouled back over our heads and off the roof. You may have been able to hear it. Speaking of hearing things, trying a new audio input for the broadcast tonight. Still wearing the same headset, but a different input into the computer. So trying it out because I was listening back to the game last night and noticed there was a lot of background noise picked up on the stream from inside our press box, which I apologize for. Didn't quite realize all those things were being picked up. That's a good fastball on the inner half, low in the zone. Swung on and missed for a strikeout. Dixon picks up strikeout number 2, and they're 2 down now. So if you hear a noticeable difference tonight, although I'm not really comparing apples to apples as I'm situated by the speakers here in Fulton, so it's a totally different location. If you hear a noticeable difference, though, let me know if you would, please. I would appreciate that. Top of the order now, and Jake Sikander pitched to him's outside, ball one. To lead off the bottom of the first, Jake grounded out to shortstop Gustavo Gonzalez. Dangerous hitter in the leadoff spot for Scott Guyman with the tying run at second. Go ahead run at first here in the bottom of inning number 2 from Fulton. James Dixon from the stretch looks in to get the sign. Now back at second and the pitch. That's outside. Ball 2, 2-0. Two balls and no strikes to Jake Sikander. Left-handed hitter starting in right field this evening. And the 2-0 pitch. Hangs high and away, ball 3. 3 balls and no strikes. On deck for the Railroaders is Braxton Baird. The 3-0 from Dixon. That's on the outside corner, called strike 1. Or is that a ball? I don't know what it is. I guess it's a ball. This home plate umpire, I wish I knew his name, is very confusing to everybody in the stands. Kyle Schexnader has kind of lost his mind a little bit over there in the dugout. The home plate umpire needs to do a better job of making it clear whether he's calling a strike or not. Because at this point, it's pretty much a guess. Which kind of defeats the purpose of an umpire. The first pitch now to Braxton Baird on the way with the bases loaded. And that's in the air to left center. Back goes Evans to make the catch and end the inning. Dixon does a good job of working out of trouble. No runs allowed here in the bottom of the second. We head to the third. It's 2-1 Duelers on the Duelers Baseball Network. We will be right back. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Sam Reeves here with you. Top of the third, Matt Jenkinson, the 9-hole hitter to lead it off against Malik Pogue. And the first pitch of the inning. On the ground to third, Parker Estes on a hop. Over to first. Little bit of a high throw, all the way up to grab it. Comes down on the bag for out number 1. And now Jonathan Evans will come up. Born and raised in Starkville, Mississippi for big Jonathan Evans. Single to open the ball game in his first and only at-bat so far this evening. Swung on and missed strike 1. And the next one to John. is outside, ball one. One and one to Jonathan Evans, left-handed hitter. Starting in left for the first time this summer tonight. And the 1-1 pitch. That's in there, strike two. That strike two call was the most emphatic we've seen from this home plate umpire tonight. Besides that weird strike three ring up in the first inning. Super bizarre. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed at a slider low and in. That's a strikeout for Pogue and out number two. And now Gustavo Gonzalez will hit. The shortstop was hit by a pitch his first time up. Second plate appearance of the evening. And the pitch. Big swing and a miss at a fastball, 0-1. Oh and 1 now from Pogue to Gonzalez and the pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike two. No balls and two strikes with two outs. To Gonzalez and the pitch. In there, strike three called, and home plate umpire kicks some dirt in the process. This is crazy. All right, we're done with the top of the third inning. It's still 2-1 Duelers as we head to the bottom half after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. We will be right back. Stay with us. Back in, the first pitch of the inning to Ryan Callahan's, I guess, away, ball one on a fastball. I think Callahan's even confused whether that was called a strike or not. It was called away, I think, so it's ball one. Dixon's next pitch. That's in the air to center. Mcmillan back off the wall, and he dropped it. And that's a leadoff double. That's a tough play. You're not fully familiar with where the wall is. That's tough to give an error to Cam Mcmillan on that one. And now Brady Holloway will hit. We'll check with the official score here at Lojas to I think that has to be an error because technically it hit his glove. We will see as the first pitch is away, ball one from Dixon to Holloway now. They called it a double, which I think is understandable. The pitch to Holloway is into shallow center. Back goes Gonzalez. In comes Evans to make a nice running catch from left. And that's one down. I think the double on that play to Callahan is the right call. It's a play that Cam Mcmillan thinks he probably should have made, but it's a tougher play due to the fact that the wall was creeping up fast and the ball was hit a little bit farther than he anticipated. Got a little bit of glove on it, but officially ruled a double by the official score here, so I'll do the same. One down and now Estes to hit. Popped it up. Lie over, first base side, it's out of play. Foul ball, strike one. Parker Estes singled his first time up, came around to score. Later in the inning, that was the one run that has crossed the plate for Fulton as it's 2-1 here in the bottom of the third. Pitch on the ground to Curtis. Looks back to runner to second, throws over to first in time, and that is out number 2. Two outs and the tying run. Callahan still at second now for Aiden Cloud, who had an RBI single his first time. Two-one Duelers here in the inning. Dixon looks back at second and the pitch. In the dirt. Grace throws to third or holds. Thought about the throw to third and decides to hold on to it. Callahan advances on the wild pitch by James Dixon. James Dixon attends Trevecca Nazarene University, collegiate teammates of our own Jonathan Burns. So those two pitchers on our roster both go to Trevecca. Dixon born and raised in Franklin, Tennessee. And the pitch just missed apparently, 2-0. Your guess is as good as mine with this home plate umpire, both whether he calls it a strike or whether it is. I have no idea. We'll do our best, though, and get through it. The 2-0 from Dixon. That ball's hitting the air to left. Over goes Gonzalez to make a fantastic play. Gustavo Gonzalez showing off the range and the speed. Down the left field line to make a nice running catch and end the inning. One hit. No runs and one man left on base. We'll head to the fourth. It's 2-1 Duelers. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Jay Curtis to lead off the fourth. He will be followed by Mark Castle and then Jackson Norris for the Duelers. Here in the inning. It's 2-1 Franklin here in the top of the fourth. Malik Pogue back on the mound for his fourth inning of work, and the first pitch to Curtis. On the ground, slowly hit. In comes Cloud, grabs it, throw to first in time. 6-3 on the putout for out number 1. And now Mark Castle will hit. St. John's, Florida. And Young Harris College for Mark. Making his first start of the summer in right, although when you look at the dimensions of this field, right field is essentially just an extension of Mark's normal spot at first base. The pitch, way high and inside, ball 1 on a fastball up and in. 1-0 to Mark Castle. Pogue gets his sign from the windup. Glove just above his waist and the pitch. That's fouled off the roof above my head and now deflects back onto the field. It's a foul ball. 1-1 your count. On the year for Mark Castle, a .248 average, 113 ABs, 28 hits, 5 doubles, 1 homer, 15 RBIs. And the 1-1 from Pogue. That's on a line to right center. And that'll be off the wall. Throw into second. In time to get him. Man, oh man, Braxton Baird played that off the wall beautifully and threw a cannon into second. The tag applied by Aiden Cloud. And that's out number 2. So 8-6 on the out. Goes in the book as a single and then out at second, of course. But still a hit in the book for Castle. Pitch to Norris is away, but it's swung on and missed. Strike 1 to Jackson. Pogue from the windup, the kick, and the next pitch. Outside. It is 1 ball and 1 strike now to Jackson Norris. Norris in the 5 spot in the order tonight for Schexnayder. The 1-1 pitch is swung on and missed. Strike 2. Their base coaches. Will Allen is the first base coach. He is the hitting coach on this Duelers team. And the third base coach is your manager, Kyle Schexnayder. The pitching coach, Jacob Snyder, currently in the dugout. And the pitch is fouled off to that dugout. And actually goes right past Jacob Snyder and toward the Duelers bullpen down the first base line. Top of the 4th, 2-1 Duelers. A 1-2 pitch to Norris. Outside. Good take. Ball 2. Jackson Norris hitting .377 with a .500 OBP. And the next pitch is swung on and missed. That is a strikeout for Pogue. And that will end the top of the 4th. We'll head to the bottom half after this. It's still 2-1 Duelers. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Wesley Mann into the box to lead off the bottom of the fourth. First pitch from Dixon is a slider low and away, ball one. Just in case anybody is looking over at Game Changer, that play to Castle had last half inning was a single, and they throw out its second pitch. Well, that's down the line to the left, and that will be fair all the way to the wall, and the left field corner will hit the wall. Ricochet off, throw into second by Jonathan Evans is not in time, and a leadoff double for Wesley Mann here in the fourth. He is a tying run over there. And now Tennessee Carranza will hit. Dixon from the stretch now with the glove at his waist. Looks to get the sign and the pitch. High and inside on a fastball, 1-0. Tennessee Carranza singled his last time up. That was in inning number 2. We are currently in the fourth. Tying run on second in the form of Mann after his leadoff double. And the pitch. Inside, a ball 2, 2-0. Time is called as Dixon steps off the rubber, now back on. Has a pretty big smile on his face as he looks in to get the sign. And the pitch, that's inside, a ball 3. His location's been a little bit of a problem these last few hitters over the last inning or so. But he's got out of it and maintained the lead as we stand now. But a 3-0 to Carranza is inside, ball 4, and the first 2 hitters have reached here in inning number 4 for Fulton. Now Garner Anderson, the bottom of the order, but first a meeting at the mound between pitching coach Jacob Snyder and Dixon will take place. We'll be right back. Garner Anderson into the box after the meeting has completed. And the pitch from Dixon. Squares the bunt, it gets past Grace all the way to the screen. Both runners will move up 90 feet. And the Railroaders now have the go-ahead run at second. On ball 1 to Anderson. Dixon ready, gets the sign, and the next pitch. That's in there, strike 1, 1-1. Dixon ready, and the next pitch. Big swing and a miss, and a good pitch in her half, 1-2. Your count to Garner Anderson. Dixon ready, and the 1-2 pitch. Slider, what a block by Richard Grace back there. That's fantastic effort right there by Richard. That pitch was way low and away. But sprawled out, got his body in front, and made a fantastic play back behind the plate. Two-two to Garner Anderson. And the pitch. That's upstairs on a fastball. Fills it out at 3-2. here at Lojas Field in Fulton, Kentucky. Sam Reeves here with you. Thank you all for joining us. A big pitch upcoming. 3-2, nobody out. Man on second and third with a 2-1 Duelers lead. The pitch from Dixon. Popped up in the air. Out of play, third base side. We'll do it again. Anderson back into the box, right-handed hitter. Dixon looks over at third. Will now step off as Anderson stepped out of the box himself as well. 3-2, runners second and third, nobody down. And the pitch. On the ground, Gustavo Gonzalez glides, picks it up, throws to first. There's time to get him. What a play by Gustavo Gonzalez. This game is tied, but man, oh man. Defensive play. Tremendous defensive effort right there by Gustavo Gonzalez. Infield was halfway in, tried to maybe cut down a run at the plate, and Gustavo had to glide to my left, his right. Made a nice stop, a strong throw. It was a little low, but picked out by Nate Lai for out number one. It is 2-2 now, your score. There will be a meeting at the mound between the two umpires to double check the out. Definitely looked live like he was out at first. They are chatting, the home plate umpire and the first base umpire. And yes, he is still out. That's the correct call. So that's an RBI ground out for Garner Anderson. And that is out number one, the go-ahead run in scoring position in the form of Tennessee Carranza as Wesley Mann came around to score on that ground out by Garner Anderson. And now the top of the order, Jake Seconder to hit. The pitch. Big swing and a miss and a fastball outer half, strike one. Seconder 0 for 1 with a walk, grounded out to first to lead off the bottom of inning number one. Just past the 8 o'clock hour here in Fulton, Kentucky. The 0-1 pitch fell back to the screen, just missed the barrel. It's 0-2. Duelers in their all gray looks this evening. Gray jerseys and the gray pants. Seconder digs back in from the left side against the right-hander James Dixon, who has his sign, glove at the belt now. Looks back at second and the pitch. And the dirt gets past Grace just a little bit, but not enough to allow Carranza to advance to third. He will stay put at second. As Dixon's calling for time, will they finally give him time? Yes. He wants a new baseball from the home plate umpire. He will get one and now climb back up on the hill. Defensively for the Duelers, your catcher tonight, Rashard Grace, Nate Lai at first, Matt Jacobson at second, Gustavo Gonzalez at short, Jay Curtis at third, left to right in your outfield, Jonathan Evans, Cam McMillan, and Mark Castle. And the pitch. Just misses low and in. Man, oh man, where was that? 2-2 your count. Count evens itself out at 2s. And your score also 2-2. Here in the fourth inning. If only we were in the second inning with 2 outs. But nope. 2-2 pitch. Just off the outside corner. Missed the inside the last pitch. Just misses the outside block this pitch. And the count is full. 3 balls and 2 strikes. On deck for the Railroaders, the 2-hole hitter Braxton Baird. Carranza takes his lead at second. From the stretch, Dixon has his sign. And the full count pitch. On a line in to right center. That'll be cut off by McMillan. He throws it into second, but Carranza comes around to score. And Fulton has the lead. It's now 3-2 Railroaders. on an RBI single by Jake Sikander. That'll bring up Braxton Baird now. As I'm a little behind on your score, I'll fix that and take care of that. Man, oh man, my apologies for that one. Missed 2 runs. It's now 3-2 Fulton. And now Braxton Baird into the box. He's 0 for 2 today. And the pitch is on the outside corner. Good spot, strike 1. Runner now at first. That is Jake Sikander. And the hitter in the box is the 2-hole hitter, Braxton Baird, and the pitch. Swung on and missed on a fastball away. 0-2. Your count. I always chuckle at the comment from fans, be a hitter, be a hitter. That was just said down below. I have never understood that one because he's in the box to hit, so of course that's what he's going to do. But that was the encouraging comment from the fan below me. Pitch is inside, another fantastic block by Rashard Grace. He's getting dirty and earning his paycheck, even though he's not getting paid. You know what I mean, here tonight. Rashard Grace is a fantastic defensive catcher, and his bat is coming along this summer, too. He's been hitting the ball very, very well this summer. The pitch. On one hop to Jenkinson. Flip to second for 1, and that's all we'll get, as Gustavo Gonzalez had to leap over the incoming runner to avoid being taken out. And it didn't have time to get a throw off. Barrett is also pretty quick, so I don't know if we would have gotten the out anyways. Call to the bullpen for Jacob Snyder. That will be the end of the day for James Dixon. Throws the ball into his glove in frustration. Jacob Snyder will take the ball from him. Honestly, not a bad effort from James Dixon. He may not be happy with himself as we stand, but the final line is not too bad for James. We'll take one quick break and be back to tell you about the reliever coming on for the Duelers after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. It will be Bracken Rice making his Duelers debut on the mound for one of the new Duelers pitchers. Final line for James Dixon. 4 innings of work. 3 2/3 officially. I take that back. 7 hits, 3 runs, 3 earned. Although I will not complete his line because the runner at first is his in the form of Braxton Baird. So I will wait to finish the line. I just knocked on wood that run does not score. Don't worry. I'm just as superstitious as a player would be. Trust me. But Bracken Rice making his Duelers debut. The right-handed pitcher from Walters State Community College in Clarksville, Tennessee. On for the Duelers. He essentially took the spot on the roster that was vacated by Joe Martinez when he reached his pitch count limit. And the first man Rice will face is Ryan Callahan. Pitch is in there. Strike 1. This is interesting. Now the home plate umpire wants to talk to the second base umpire about something. I have no idea what. Your guess is as good as mine. I'm very lost. I was texting our owner, Phil Condor, who is also a Division I umpire, by the way. And he's a little bit confused by the proceedings with this crew as well. I'll just let you know that in addition. I have no idea. And I've never really seen anything like this either, to be completely honest with you. And now we're back ready for play. It's 0-1 from Bracken Rice to Ryan Callahan. And the pitch. Swung on and missed. Strike 2, 0-2. The 0-2 pitch. Runner takes off. And that's a liner to deep center. Back goes Mcmillan. And that ball is gone. The train horn has sounded. Ryan Callahan will now give the Railroaders a 6-2 lead on the 2-run homer. That guy has killed us the last 3 games. Unbelievable. I think it's 6. It's just 5. I take that back because I had 3 before, of course. Yeah, it's just 5-2. And now Brady Holloway will hit. Pitch. Inside corner, strike 1. Next pitch. That's low and away. Ball 1. There's been discussion up here in the press box that Bracken Rice may or may not be on our lost roster on the league website, which could have been what the umpires were discussing, but I will tell you this. He is on the roster. He just does not have a number indicated quite yet, and he was assigned 27 before the game today, and he is indicated on our lineup card that was officially handed to the umpire as 27. I actually took a picture of the lineup card pregame because I like to double-check those things after what happened in Paducah a couple of weeks ago, just to try to keep up with the proceedings on the field. The 2-1 pitch is outside ball 3. 3-1 your count. From Bracken Rice, making his Duelers debut. Unfortunately, the first batter he faced, he gave up a homer. The 3-1 pitch is popped up. Curtis over to give it a look, but it's out of play. Count fills out at 3-2 now. Bracken Rice from Walters State Community College, as I mentioned, in Clarksville, Tennessee. A full count of 3-2. Rice gets his sign, and the 3-2. Up the middle, off Rice, deflects off his body, gathers it in, throws to first, Live brings it in, and the inning is over. Hopefully Bracken's okay. That was lined hard off of him. But the inning is over. The Railroaders put up a 4 spot and take a 5-2 lead as we head to the 5th. We'll be right back with more Duelers Baseball on the Duelers Baseball Network. Stay with us. Jake Wilson, your new pitcher for the Railroaders, wearing number 10. That is the end of the day for Malik Pope. First man he will face is Cam Mcmillan. Jake Wilson from Union University. Pitch. Lefty. Curveball in there, strike one. Jake Wilson from Jackson, Tennessee. The 0-1. Another one. Same spot, same result, I think. Strike two called, 0-2. 1-1. He motioned strike two, but then he just said with his fingers 1-1. I guess it's 1-1. That's bizarre. Okay. Pitch. That's low and in the dirt. 2-1 your count to Mcmillan. Final line. For the starter, Malik Pogue. 4 innings, 54 pitches, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned, 6 strikeouts, no walks. The 2-1 pitch. That's upstairs, ball 3. 3-1 your count. The 3-1 from Wilson. Upstairs, ball. If the count was right, that's ball 4. He didn't even know it was ball 4 either. That's a walk. This umpire is not very clear. I'll say it again. And now, Rashard Grace will hit. On the day for Grace, 0 for 1 on the day. Pitch. That's low, ball 1. Wilson, the lefty, peers in to get the sign. Arm dangles in front of his chest, and the pitch. That's on the outside corner, called strike 1, 1-1. Final line for Pogue, 4 innings, 2 hits, 2 runs, 1 earned run, 6 strikeouts, no walks. This is now 1-2 to Grace. And the 1-2. That's upstairs, ball 2. 2-2 your count. And the 2-2. On the ground, a chopper. A snow cone, a throw to second. In time. Kyle Schexnayder does not agree, and I don't blame him. I don't think he had possession of the ball. That was on the ground. Kyle was emphatic. Mark Castle in the Duelers dugout was not happy either. Kyle storms away from the second base umpire. And to force out Mcmillan, and now Grace on first with 1 down, and it's 0-1 to Nate Lai. Next pitch is in there, strike 2. The final line for James Dixon, now that his line is complete. I'll give you that after this pitch. The 0-2. Breaking ball just high, ball 1. 3 2/3 for Dixon. 7 hits, 4 runs. Two strikeouts, 2 walks. That just misses, and it's 2-2. Two and two to Lai with Grace on first and 1 down. The pitch. Breaking ball swung on and missed, strike 3. Lai down swinging. That's out number 2. And now Matt Jenkinson will hit. The scoreboard says 1 out, but I'm pretty sure it's 2. The force out. It should be one because I think they got the call wrong at second, but it was called an out. Matt Jacobson is in the box. First pitch to him is popped up. First base side. And into the parking lot. Foul ball, strike one. 0-1 your count. Matty J 0 for 1 today. Grounded out to third in the third inning. Up here again in the fifth. After the Railroaders put up a 4-spot last inning and now lead this one 5-2. The pitch, swung on and missed. 0-2 from Wilson. Jake will get his sign, glove in front of his belt, and the pitch. Swung on and missed, a drop third strike. Mann will throw to first in time. The inning is over. After 4.5, it's 5-2 Fulton. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Duelers Baseball is brought to you by Cundall Flooring and Installation. For all your tile, flooring, and backsplash needs, Cundall Flooring is the right choice. Contact Phil Cundall at 931-561-8607 for more information today. El Mazatlan Mexican Restaurant and Grill, located at 1403 Nashville Road in Franklin, El Mazatlan is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Holly J's Bar and Grill in Franklin, you can find them at 1326 Nashville Road. They are available for dine-in, carry-out, or delivery. We appreciate their continued support of Duelers Baseball. El Potrero Cantina and Grill, located at 270 Trotters Lane in Franklin, El Po is a proud supporter of the Duelers. Peekaview Imaging, whether it's 2D, 3D, or 4D ultrasounds, Peekaview is the place to go for your imaging needs. You can find them at 107 Roby Street in Franklin. We appreciate their support of Duelers Baseball. Also, Sure Stay Hotel, Bowling Green North, located at 700 Interstate Drive in Bowling Green, Kentucky. Sure Stay by Best Western is the official hotel of the Duelers. If you're coming into town, be sure to stay at Sure Stay. And when you do, mention you're with the Duelers, they'll hook you up with a special rate. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network, Sam Reeves here with you for the bottom of the fifth. It's 5-2 Fulton. Your score? And it's ball one to Parker Estes. Bracken Rice back out there in the next pitch. That's away, or called strike one. I take that back. 1-1. 1 ball, 1 strike to Parker, who is 1 for 2 today. A single and a ground out to third. The 1-1 pitch. Well, that ball's absolutely murdered, and that one's not coming back. There comes the train horn. Gosh, that's obnoxious. Parker Estes goes deep. It's 6-2. On home run at number 8 for Parker, and RBI number 24. It's 6-2 now. And the pitch to Cloud is in there at the top part of the zone, strike one. Next pitch. That's a blooper into short right. That's Castle's ball. He calls off Jenkinson and makes the catch for out number 1. Now Wesley Mann will hit. The catcher for Fulton is 1 for 2, a double and a fly out to right today. And the first pitch just misses apparently inside, maybe low for ball 1. The throwback from the catcher, Rashard Grace, to his pitcher gets away. Gustavo Gonzalez will jog in, pick it up, and flip it back to Bracken, who will now walk back to the rubber. Duelers were up in this one 2-0 after 1, but Fulton scored the last 6 runs and lead this one 6-2 here in the bottom of the 5th. It's 2-0 to Mann and the pitch. Hot ball's hitting the air to deep left, but well foul. It's 2-1. Wesley thought he might have had a back-to-back with his teammate Parker Estes, but not quite. And that pitch is away. 3-1 your count. Pitch on the ground to third, and it gets past Jay Curtis. He thought it was going to hop up on him and did not. It stayed down, got underneath his glove. That's an error on Jay. And with 1 down, Wesley Mann reaches. And now Tennessee Carranza will hit. After the E5 pitch and the dirt check swing, no swing on ball 1 to Carranza. Kyle Schexnayder is yelling something at somebody. He's very frustrated. I think at Jay Curtis. I can't really tell. Hold on. That's okay. This is ridiculous. Timeout. All right. So all Kyle Schexnayder wanted was for the home plate umpire to check with his base umpires on the last check swing, and he said he doesn't believe in checks. That's not a thing. You have to be able to check with your base umpires. I'm sorry, but that's ridiculous. I will defend the head coach on that 100%. That's absurd. Fouled off first base side, lie over, and makes a nice catch in front of the Duelers dugout for out number 2. You have to be able to check with your field umpires on check swings like that. Did he swing? I don't think so. But if our catcher asks for a check, appeal to first, and the home plate umpire wouldn't even let him appeal. I don't understand that. Now Garner Anderson will hit. He's 0 for 2 today with an RBI ground out, and the pitch is in there. Strike 1 on the outer half. 6-2 Fulton here in the bottom of the 5th. Runner on first and 2 down. Garner Anderson at the plate. Bracken Rice with his Duelers debut on the mound. Pitch. Ground ball in the hole. Backhanded by Gonzalez. No play. Did well to get a glove on it, but it squirted just away from him so that he couldn't get up and throw right away. An infield single on the play for Garner Anderson there. And the lineup turns back over to Jake Sikander. Runners first and second now. For Sikander, who's 1 for 2 with a walk today. Pitch. Low and away, ball 1. Top of the order, the right fielder, Sikander, left-handed hitter against the right-handed pitching Bracken Rice. Pitch. Outside corner, yes. Called strike 1, 1-1. Back into the box is Sikander. Rice will look at second. Now the glove at his chest and the pitch. Way high and away. Ball 2, 2-1. Back into the box. And the pitch. Just misses up and away. Ball 3. 3-1 your count. We are a week away from the official start of the playoffs, at least in the OVL North. The Duelers may have a final regular season makeup game a week from today, but the North opens the playoffs next Wednesday. That ball is crushed. It's off the wall. Castle plays it in. Now that's an RBI single for Jake Sikander, driving in Wesley Mann. It's 7-2. And now Braxton Baird will hit. For Fulton, 7 runs, 11 hits, 1 error for the Duelers. Excuse me, 2 runs, 2 hits, 1 error. And now Braxton Baird in the box. He's 0 for 3 today with a fielder's choice. Pitch. Off the outside corner, ball 1. That looked good from up here too, but it was called away. Runners first and third now with 2 down. And the pitch. Ground ball slowly hit. Tough play for Gustavo. Gathers it in. Throws the first in time. Nice play by Gustavo Gonzalez, showing off the ability at short, and that ends the inning. Fulton gets 2 more, though, and has 6 in the last 2 innings. A 7-2 Fulton lead currently as we head to the 6th. Duelers look to claw back after this. We'll be right back. Stay with us on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Sam Reeves here with you as we head to the 6th. It's 7-2 Fulton all of a sudden. A game that started out 2-0 Duelers after 1. Fulton scored 6 of 7 runs in the last 2 innings. Jake Wilson still on the mound for the Railroaders for his 2nd inning of work. He will face the top of the order, Evans, Gonzalez, and Curtis here in the 6th. Thank you all for joining us once again this evening. Very grateful for Fulton's fantastic Wi-Fi. We're able to stream on YouTube through the OBS software like we would at home with hardwired internet with regular Wi-Fi here at Fulton. So the next 2 nights in Paducah, we will be radio only, unfortunately. Their Wi-Fi is really, really bad, so we'll be on our hotspot with Mixler. Same thing with Sunday and Monday at Full Count and at Madisonville, respectively, those days. We have a meeting at the mound before Evans can even step to the box. Let me just double check that is indeed correct. At Paducah the next 2 nights, that would be Thursday and Friday. At Madisonville on Saturday. So I totally botched that up. My bad. At Madisonville Saturday, at Full Count Sunday. First pitch to Evans is swung on and missed strike one. So we will be radio only tomorrow, as well as Friday, Saturday, Sunday, and Monday, unfortunately. But that's a line drive by Evans and a nice running play and right by Sikander, 1 out. I take back what I said about Monday. Monday we're home, final home game of the regular season. That is Host Family Appreciation Night on Monday against Hoptown. So if you are a host family watching this, we hope to see you at the ballpark Monday, July 18th against Hoptown. If you can make it, please arrive by 6 o'clock if at all possible, as we're planning to do a short little ceremony to honor and thank our host families at about 6:30 Monday night. We're back at home Monday, so we'll be video streamed that way on Monday, like normal. But up until then, we'll be audio only. Thursday, Friday, Saturday, Sunday. Pitch. That's in there, outside corner, 0-2 to Gustavo Gonzalez. At Paducah, tomorrow and Friday, the pitch to Gustavo's outside, ball 1. And then Saturday, Sunday, at Madisonville and at Full Count, respectively. And the regular season next Tuesday back here at Fulton. Pitch. Swung on a miss at a high fastball. Gustavo is retired, and that's out number 2. Jay Curtis will hit now with the bases empty and 2 down. Curtis digs in on the day for Jay, 0 for 2. And the pitch from Wilson. Bottom of the zone, strike 1 called. Jay thought that may have been low, but called a strike, 0-1. Pitch. Outball's hit fouled on the line. It is 0-2 to Jay. It's 0-2 to Jay Curtis. Taps the plate once. Hangs the bat out there in front of his body. Now on his shoulder in the 0-2 pitch. Outside corner, called strike 3, and the inning is over on a strikeout for Wilson. We'll head to the bottom of the 6th at 7-2 Fulton after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in on the Duelers Baseball Network. Going through your schedule tonight as we get close to postseason baseball here in the OVL. On this Wednesday, July 13th, 2022. Of course, this one here between the Railroaders and the Duelers, Du Bois County and Owensboro playing each other. Full Count and Paducah. Now that game will impact the Duelers, so we'll check on the score on that one. Currently 6-5, Full Count in front in the bottom of the 7th in that one. Madisonville and Henderson. Henderson, the Flash, clinched the OVL North Division Championship with a win last night over the Chiefs, so congratulations to the Flash, although that is in the other division, so it doesn't affect the Duelers too much. Muhlenberg and Louisville playing each other, and then the Duelers and the Railroaders. Hoptown appears to be off tonight. That's the other team that will very much affect the Duelers. 10 of the 11 teams indeed in action here tonight. Hoptown is the one off. Ryan Callahan will come up to start the inning. And just to let you know, I hope this does not happen, but since I'm a broadcaster, I need to tell you this. Ryan Callahan is a triple away from the cycle. The 1-0 pitch. Ground ball, foul ball, third base side, 1-1. Callahan had a single in the first, a double in the third, and a home run in the fourth, so he now just needs a triple to complete the cycle. And honestly, I hope he gets 2 more at-bats because that means the Duelers might be chipping away and maybe gets it into extras. We'll see. Pitch, swung on and missed, strike 2 on a slider in the dirt. Nice pitch from Bracken Rice, who's on for another inning of work in relief for the starter, James Dixon. Pitch. Swung on and missed, strike 3. Bracken Rice with a K to open the bottom of the 6th. Down goes Callahan. That'll bring up Holloway now. Also, we'll go through the standings in this inning. And now Brady Holloway will hit. The Flash clinched the OVO North Championship in the regular season. Last night, Castle in on a liner, down to a knee to make a nice catch. Out number 2, into the glove of Mark Castle. The Flash are currently 25-7. Du Bois County in second in the North at 19-15. Madisonville 16-17. Muhlenberg County sitting in fourth at 15-19. Owensboro 10-24 as the pitch from Rice is in their strike 1. Rounding out the 6 teams in the OVL North is 9-22, the Louisville Jockeys. Rice ready in the 0-1. Low ball 1. And the division that we care about, the OVL South, full count has a 4-game lead on your Franklin Duelers. Full count's 24-10. The 1-1 pitch is grounded to third, foul, strike 1. Your Duelers in second, coming into this one 19-13. They're 4 games back of full count, like I mentioned. Hoptown is 17-16, so they are in third, a game and a half back of the Duelers. The Railroaders are in fourth as Bracken Rice completes the inning, strikes out Parker Estes and ends the inning. As to end the standings, the Paducah Chiefs at 11-22. Some barking on both sides. This is intriguing. Bracken Rice and Parker Estes were going at it as they went to their respective dugouts. Bracken got the better of the battle, though, striking out Parker. But anyways, while I still have you here, the important numbers that matter, the fact that we are 4 games back with full count, with a few to play. I'll count that up now as we speak. 4 games back of full count, and after tonight, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 to play. Also, that's what is important. The Duelers need to make sure they stay out of 4th place in the South to avoid the playing game and have off on Thursday, next Thursday. Currently, Fulton is in 4th. We are 3 games clear of that spot coming into tonight, so we need to make sure we avoid that. Still not out of the woods there either. We would ideally like to stay in second because we'd have home field advantage in the first series of the playoffs against the 3 seed in that case. But as long as we avoid 4th place, we get a bye out of the playing game. Right now, that would be Fulton and Paducah. But a lot to still be decided in the standings with 6 games to go for the Duelers. As we're ready to start the 7th, Wilson back out there. First man he will face is Mark Castle. Wilson ready, and the pitch. Popped up. Mann and Holloway. It will be Holloway to make the catch out, number 1. And now the designated hitter, Jackson Norris, will hit with 1 out and nobody on. On the day for Norris, 0 for 2 with a fly out to right and a strikeout. Pitch. Is low and away, ball 1. Next one coming is off the outside corner, but called a strike. It's 1-1. Good grief. The 1-1 pitch on the way. A big swing and a miss. Norris going golfing on that pitch. It's 1-2. We are here in Fulton, Kentucky, the southernmost point of Kentucky, just north of the Tennessee border. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed strike 3, and that is another strikeout for Wilson. 2 outs and nobody on now for Cam Mcmillan. The tall outfielder from my hometown, or technically not my hometown. He's from Kansas City, Missouri. I'm from Over the Park, Kansas. But my neck of the woods, at least, suburb of Kansas City. Cool to have another Kansas City guy on this roster. First pitch to Cam is swung on and missed strike 1. Wilson has been very tough to locate and hit against so far in his innings of work. Right-handed hitter in center tonight for Cam. Next pitch. That's fouled straight back off the roof of the press perch, and it will deflect down right in front of the first base coach, Will Allen. It is 0-2. Here to Cam Mcmillan. 7-2 Fulton. And the pitch. That's outside. Good take. Ball 1. We are here in the top of inning number 7. And the 1-2. Breaking ball. Just misses apparently. 1-2 or 2-2 now. I have no idea. Where that was. Wesley Mann is furious. He just turned around and the umpire just threw his hands through his sides like, I don't care. This has been going on both sides tonight. I'm very lost. The 2-2 pitch. Outside ball 3. All right, we'll take it. Usually you get one of those 2 calls, either outside or inside, but we didn't get either one if you're Fulton. The Duelers are not, I'm pleased. I'm sitting over here thrilled. Yes, and the official scorekeeper sitting a couple chairs down from me just said he's not consistent. And that's exactly right. We don't know where the zone is whatsoever tonight. It's 3-2 to Mcmillan. Wilson ready in the payoff pitch. That's low, ball 4, and that's a walk. That's a good plate appearance for Cam Mcmillan. He'll go to first with 2 down. And now Rashard Grace will come up. And that's low and in, ball 1 to Rashard. That's up, ball 2. Man to go out and talk to his pitcher. Pitching coach will join him as well. This half inning has been wild in a lot of facets. And it's only a man on first and nobody down, or 2 down, which is even crazier. Here on the top of the 7th. Duelers only have 2 hits tonight, which I didn't really catch because there are no hits totaled on the scoreboard. And I don't have Game Changer pulled up. But, man, 2 runs on 2 hits. Fulton's got 7 runs on 11 hits. It's 2-0 to Grace. And the pitch from Wilson. So back to first. Diving back in head first safely is Cam Mcmillan. Grace 0 for 2. Fielder's choice. First time up. So back to first. Runner back in standing. And the pitch. That's up and away. Ball 3. 3-0 your count. On deck for the Duelers if Grace can reach is the first baseman, Nate Lai. The 3-0. That's low and in. Back to the screen, and that is ball 4. Grace will head to first. It's now first and second and 2 down for the aforementioned Nate Lai. See if the Duelers can battle back and get a run or 2 across here and start chipping away. Here in the 7th, down by 5. 7-2 your score. And Nate Lai will hit. Right-handed hitter, stands 6'7". Breaking ball in there, strike 1 to Nate. Lai back in the box, right-handed hitting. First baseman also catches. The 0-1. Big swing and a miss down to a knee. Strike 2. 0-2 from Wilson. Jake Wilson back up on the rubber with runners first and second. Grace on first, Mcmillan on second. And 2 down here in the 7th. The pitch. Fouled off. And it ends up right at the feet of the home plate umpire, who will toss it toward the third base dugout. Count holds at 0-2. No balls and 2 strikes to Nate Lai in the 8th spot tonight. The 0-2. Breaking ball. A late called strike 3 by the home plate umpire. Oh my goodness. Kyle Schexnayder may get tossed. We will find out. We'll take a quick break and be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. The first pitch to Cloud in the inning is fouled off third base side, strike one. A lot of commotion going on between innings, so a little late to get back. My apologies. Bracken Rice back on for another inning of work and relief. Bryce Cape is on in right field as the ball is fouled off the umpire's mask. Okay. Kyle was not pleased with the home plate umpire coming off the field from his third base coaching box. After being fouled off his mask, he says he's okay, and we'll come back and be ready to go. This is wild. You never know what you're going to see on any given night at a baseball game, I'll say that much. The 0-2 pitch. On the ground to short, Gustavo Gonzalez gathers it in, throw to first. Not a very good throw, but a tag by Nate Lai, and he's out. A lot of barking between Lai and Cloud. Then Aiden will go back to his dugout. A lot of barking here at Lojas Field. People barking at our dugout. I don't understand it. The throw took him into the lane, so he caught the throw and tagged the runner. Nate Lai did nothing wrong. Should he have said something to Cloud as he ran back to the dugout? No, but the pitch to Mann is down the line, foul, strike one. We got to be careful things don't get out of hand here. More than they already are, to be honest with you. This is an interesting baseball game here this evening from Lojas Field. That's in there, strike two to Wesley Mann. Pitch, ground ball to third. Curtis to first, and the inning, that's only out number two. The inning is not over. I take that back. Only two down for Tennessee Carranza. Pitch to Carranza. That's on the outside corner. Strike one. There is no consistency on the strike zone for either side of things. It's insane. 1-1 is your count now. That's a swing and a miss. 1-2 now your count to Tennessee Carranza. And that's a swing and a miss. Strike three. Tennessee Carranza is charging the mound. What is going on? Holy cow. Kyle Schexnayder does a good job to get his guys back to the dugout. Tennessee Carranza cannot just charge the mound. That's insane. And that's exactly what he did. Scott Guyman's now talking to the umpire. Pedro Carranza is heading back to the dugout to follow his son to the third base dugout. Scott Guyman is now barking at the home plate umpire. In that instance, we did nothing wrong. Tennessee Carranza came and charged the mound. You can't do that. Like, I'm sorry, but you cannot do that. And Scott Guyman is furious with the home plate umpire. Holy cow. I hope we come back and score 5 runs right here and tie it up. This game is getting heated and out of hand in a hurry, folks. In a hurry. We just got to keep battling and chipping away here because just as badly as our dugout wants to come back and beat these guys, I do too at this point. You cannot go and charge my pitcher. Like, I don't care who it is. Tennessee Carranza just charged our pitcher. Luckily, Kyle Schexnayder was out there to make sure nothing would happen. This is insane. You could see it on the video. I'm going to have to go back and watch it. Bracken probably said something. I mean, I'm sure he did. And there has been tensions a little bit ahead of that moment. But still, you cannot, after striking out, go and charge a pitcher on the mound. I'm sorry. You can't do that. Wilson's back out there for another inning of work and relief. And we'll see what happens. This is wild. Things are out of hand here at Lojas Field. These two teams have played each other a lot lately. I think they're tired of seeing each other. I think the home plate umpire has played a big role in what's going on. Also good on Kyle Schexnayder to not say a single word as he ran behind the home plate umpire back to his third base coaching box. And now Kyle was talking to Pedro Carranza, the first base coach of Fulton, who is the father of Tennessee, who just charged them out. That's the other thing I was surprised at, was Pedro was not the first one in there to make sure nothing crazy happened. He was kind of just following behind, which was a little bit off-putting, to be honest with you. Matt Jenkinson to hit. That pitch is inside, ball one. Good take. It'll be 9-1-2. Jenkinson, Evans, and Gonzalez due up in the top of the eighth inning. Duelers down by 5 here. The next pitch. Breaking ball off the inside corner, ball 2. Jenkinson 0 for 2 today. Grounded to third and a strikeout swinging. The 2-0 pitch. That's way up and away. Ball 3. 3-0 to Matt Jenkinson. You can feel the tension in the air here at Lojas Field. The 3-0 from Wilson. That's up and away. Ball 4 and a leadoff walk for the Duelers. That's a good start to maybe chip away at things. We will take it. And now top of the order, Jonathan Evans to hit. Evans 1 for 3, a single, a strikeout, and a line out to right for Big John. Left-handed hitter against a left-handed pitcher, Wilson. And the pitch. Low and away, ball 1. 5 straight balls to open the inning for Wilson. Mann calls time and will walk the baseball out to his pitcher. And also, just to let you know, there is nobody warming up in the Fulton Railroaders bullpen, which is interesting. Evans ready, and it's a 1-0 count from Wilson to Jonathan Evans. Matt Jenkinson on first, and the pitch. Breaking ball on the outside corner or thereabout, called strike 1. That pitch looked a little away, but Wilson has finally found the strike zone. The 1-1 pitch. Breaking ball in there, strike 2. 1-2 your count to Evans with Gustavo Gonzalez on deck. Evans steps out for a moment, kicks at the dirt to carve out a place for himself in the left-handed batter's box. And we are ready at 1-2. The pitch. Low and in the dirt, ball 2. 2-2. Two balls, 2 strikes. Evans back into the box. Wilson back up on the rubber. Ready to go, and the 2-2. Swung on and missed on a pitch away. That's out number 1. Evans heads back to the dugout. And now Gustavo Gonzalez to hit. Time is called. The home plate umpire talking with Wesley Mann. What in the world? He got out in front of the plate and was talking to Mann. Now he's following Mann back behind the plate. Like, that's not the umpire's job. Let Mann catch, and you do your job behind the plate, please. First pitch to Gonzalez is a big swing and a miss, strike one. On the day for Gustavo, 0 for 2 with a hit by pitch. Jay Curtis waits to hit next. Matt Jenkinson's on first with one down. It's 7-2 Fulton here in the top of the eighth. The pitch. All the way back to the screen. Jenkinson to second. He's now in scoring position, and it's 1-1 to Gustavo. Gonzalez back into the box, right-handed hitter, shortstop for the Duelers in the 2-hole. Jenkinson on second with one down. The pitch. And the dirt off Mann all the way back to the screen again. And Jenkinson will now go to third. It's 2-1 to count. Jenkinson's 90 feet away now. Back-to-back wild pitches. 2-1 count. And the pitch. That's a pop-up, out of play, foul ball, first base side. Count evens itself out at 2-2. Jake Wilson back to the rubber, ready to go with a 2-2. Gonzalez back into the box. And the pitch. Swung on and missed at a pitch in the dirt. Gets away from Mann. Will throw down a first in time. And that's out number 2. Now Jay Curtis will hit. On the day for Jay, 0 for 3. 2 groundouts and a strikeout looking for Curtis. University of Dayton product, born and raised in New Orleans, Louisiana. He'll look to drive in Jenkinson from third with 2 down. First pitch. Breaking ball in the air to right center. And that ball is history. Jake Curtis goes yard. Cuts into the Duelers' deficit. It is now just a 3-run Fulton lead on the homer by Jake Curtis. It is 7-4 Railroaders. That's a big homer for Jake Curtis. For Jay, that's homer number 1 this summer. RBIs 12 and 13, and it's now 7-4. Bryce Cape now pinch hitting for Mark Castle. Pitch. Inside ball 1. Cape from Southeast Illinois, or Southern Illinois College, excuse me. Two and 0 from Wilson to Cape. And the pitch. On the inside corner, called strike 1. Two 1 to Cape on the way. That's low ball 3. 3-1 on deck for the Duelers. Jackson Norris. It's now 7-4 as we play top 8. Duelers finally got another run, in this case 2 at this point across the board after their 2 in the first. The 3-1. Big swing and a miss. Fills it out at 3-2. Three and 2. Cape digs back in, taps the plate twice. Now the bat rests on his shoulder. Wilson ready and the payoff pitch. He will ask his catcher to go through the signs. Time is called. Cape will step out. The 3-2. Swung on and missed strike 3, and the inning is over, but the Duelers get 2 back and make it a 3-run game as we head bottom 8. We'll be right back on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in. Duelers Baseball is brought to you by Wildfire Barbecue. Check them out at 105 Straight Street in Franklin. Available for dining or carry-out. Wildfire has been serving delicious barbecue for over 20 years. They're the official barbecue restaurant of the Duelers. Woody's Glove Repair. Located in Franklin, Woody's brings old baseball gloves back to life and gives new ones a custom look. Offering relacing, repair, and break-in services. Take your glove to the next level with Woody's today. Heidi Barks Photography. You can find Heidi at Heidi Barks Photography on social media. To check out her work, contact her via email at HeidiBarksPhotos@gmail.com or call 270-999-7240 to schedule your next shoot. Fresh Squeezed Goods. They offer customized laser cut and engraved gifts for every occasion. Visit FreshSqueezedGoods.com to start a custom order today. Also, Franklin Bank and Trust, located in Franklin, Kentucky, with 5 locations there and in the surrounding area. Franklin Bank is a proud supporter of the Duelers. They offer banking services for both personal and business accounts. Give them a call or stop into one of their branches today. Back in, a new pitcher for the Duelers is Liam Samuels, on for the bottom of the 8th after the Duelers get 2 in the top half to make it 7-4. Final line for Bracken Rice. 3 1/3, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, no walks, and 3 strikeouts. Will now give way to Liam Samuels. Three and a third, 4 hits, 3 runs, 2 earned, as I mentioned. No walks and 3 strikeouts. Also, a defensive change for Scott Guyman and the Railroaders. Jackson Shoulders will hit for Garner Anderson. He was on the mound to start the game for the Railroaders the last time we faced these guys. Last night, actually. Didn't pitch particularly well. The 1-0 from Samuels. Swung on and missed strike 1, 1-1. Liam ready. From the windup, the 1-1 pitch. Up and in, ball 2, 2-1. Samuels ready with the 2-1. Inside, ball 3. 3 balls and 1 strike, your count now. To Jackson Shoulders, followed by the top of the order, Sikander and Baird due up. The 3-1. Swung on and missed on a fastball up, 3-2. Count fills itself out. Duelers chipped away in the last inning with a 2-out, 2-run bomb by Curtis. And it's now 7-4 Fulton as they play in the bottom of the 8th. The 3-2 from Samuels. And the dirt ball 4 and a leadoff walk. Top of the order now, Jake Sikander to hit. Sikander's 2 for 3 with 2 RBIs. Also a walk today. And Sikander will now dig into the box. The pitch. That's in there. Strike 1 called. Oh and 1 to Jake Sikander from Liam Samuels. Liam struggled a little bit this summer, but looking to get back on track. Ready with the 0-1. On the way. Swung on and missed on a good fastball. 0-2 to Sikander. Good spot right there. Liam Samuels from Kentucky Wesleyan College. Collegiate teammates, of course, with Nate Cunningham on the Duelers. So both those KWC kids on this Duelers team. Pitch. Back to the screen. Rounding second hard and holding his shoulders. That doesn't appear to be Jackson's shoulders. I think that's Jorge Vallette. Pinch running for shoulders at first. I don't have binoculars back here, but I'm pretty sure that's Vallette out there running at second. The 1-2. High and away, ball 2. 2-2 your count. Sikander will be followed by Braxton Baird as we play here in the bottom of the 8th inning. And the pitch. That ball's hit high and deep to right center. Over goes Mcmillan to make the catch. Tagging is Vallette. He'll go to third. The throw to third. Oh, it's not in time. Are you sure? Oh, it looked like he got him for sure. Kyle Schexnader's going to go out there as he should. That was an absolute cannon blast of an arm from Cam Mcmillan, and it looked like he was out. Kyle is furious with the third base umpire. Kyle is still arguing and will now make his way back to the dugout, and I think he has a point because it looked like from here that he was out at third. That's a fantastic effort by Cam Mcmillan. Fantastic. Braxton Baird will hit now. Pitch. Inside corner, strike one. If this run scores, Kyle has a right to be furious, I'll be honest. The 0-1. That looked good, and their strike two called. We'll take it. That's a fantastic arm by Cam Mcmillan, by the way, even though they didn't get the call. That's a cannon from right center all the way to third on the fly. Time call. Braxton steps out. On the day for Baird, 0 for 4. Pitch. Swung on and missed, strike three. Look back to third, throw to first, lie on the bag to tag him. And that's a big out, number 2. That's a huge run over there at third. We're 1 out away from getting out of it, despite the what appeared to be a missed call at third base a moment ago. It'll all be up to Ryan Callahan, who has been a Dueler killer these last few games. Tonight, he continues to be just that. 3 for 4, a single, a double, a homer, and a strikeout. Oh, he's just a triple away from the cycle. I prefer what he did his last at-bat. He struck out. Pitch from Samuels. That ball is crushed to right center. And it's off the wall. 1 run scores on an RBI single for Callahan, and it's now 8-4. The inning should be over right now, but instead, the RBI single does score, and it's 8-4. Now Brady Holloway to hit. 0 for 4 for Holloway today. The pitch from Samuels. Fouled off back to the screen, 0-1. Samuels ready from the stretch. On the first base side of the rubber, the 0-1 pitch. High and away, ball 1, 1-1 your count. Duelers now trail by 4 as we play in the bottom of the 8th. It's 8-4 the score. And the pitch. On the ground foul. Past the Duelers dugout into the hands of Tennessee Carranza. Strike 2. 1-2 the count. Samuels ready with the 1-2 on the way. Fouled off the screen, and it is still 1 ball, 2 strikes to Holloway. Excuse me. 1-2 from Samuels to Holloway on the way. Chopper foul first base side into the Duelers bullpen area. It's still 1-2. The 1-2 pitch. Swung on and missed to get past Grace. We'll have to throw it to first. Grace does, and the inning is over. Duelers need 4 in the 9th to tie. We'll be back to see if they can get it done after this on the Duelers Baseball Network. Back in Jackson Norris to hit against a new pitcher, Blake Loper, for the Railroaders. Right-handed pitcher against Jackson Norris. It'll be Norris, Mcmillan, and Grace due up. First pitch, inside corner, strike 1 called. The 0-1 to Jackson. Foul off. Good swing, 0-2. On the day for Jackson Norris, 0 for 3, 2 strikeouts and a flyout to right. Loper ready. And the 0-2 to Norris. Way outside, back to the screen, and deflects right back to Wesley Mann, ball 1. Blake Loper from Northwest Mississippi Community College. The pitch to Norris. Foul ball. That's not fair. Really? There is no way in the world that is a fair ball. That kicked foul to the home plate side of the first base bag, and both Will Allen and Jackson Norris are not happy, nor should they be. That is a bad call over there at first base. A kicked foul to the home plate side of the bag, so that is a foul ball, but it's called an out on a fair ball. This has been a comedy show of a baseball game, to say the least. The first pitch to Mcmillan. Swung on a miss, strike one. Top of the ninth, 8-4, one out, nobody on. Mcmillan at the plate currently against Blake Loper. And the pitch. That's low and away. Ball one all the way back to the screen, 1-1. On the day for Kim, 0 for 1 officially with 2 walks. Blake Loper from Oxford, Mississippi, the home of the Ole Miss Rebels. Pitch. That's not a strike, but it's called 1-2. I have no idea. And neither did either one of the scorekeepers up here either for Fulton. They're on my side in this one too. The 1-2. That's low for sure, 2-2. 2 balls, 2 strikes to Cam Mcmillan. Nobody on with 1 out. Rashard Grace due up next for the Duelers. Loper ready, and the 2-ball, 2-strike pitch. Fouled straight back to the screen. Really good swing by Mcmillan. Just missed the barrel. And he'll stay alive at 2-2. Climbing back into the box. Right foot now left. Ready to go, and the pitch. Slider low and away, and the count fills itself out at 3-2. 8-4 Fulton. Here in the ninth. Will Allen is still talking to the first base umpire. Time is called. Now the home plate umpire takes his mask off. He points at Will. Is barking at something. Now points back at him. And there, he's in foul territory. He just threw Will Allen out of the game. That's ridiculous. I'm sorry, but that's absurd. Will Allen is not happy, nor should he be. He has been ejected from the ball game. Has tossed his helmet to the pitching coach, Jacob Snyder, and will make an exit. Somebody had to get tossed from this Duelers staff. I didn't know who it would be, but somebody needed to. After this performance all the way around by the umpires just managing the game, I'm sorry, but it is one of the worst performances by an umpiring crew I have seen in a long, long time. On both sides, not just us. Fulton has dealt with the same thing. The 3-2. In there, strike 3 called, and Mcmillan is down on strikes. Somebody on our coaching staff needed to get ejected. Just to paint a picture and to make a statement. And that person happened to be Will Allen. Rashard Grace now up. Nobody on and 2 outs for the Duelers. And the first pitch to Rashard. That's in there. Strike 1 at the bottom of the zone. 0-1 on the day for Grace. 0 for 2 with a walk. See if we can start a 2-out rally of some kind here for the Duelers. The 0-1 pitch. In there at the inside corner, called strike 2. Grace steps out, looks at his bat, now digs back in from the right side. Loper ready in the 0-2. Inside, almost hits him. Grace backs away and takes ball 1. 1-2 your count. And that pitch is in the dirt. Ball 2, 2-2. Two. Out ball's hit in the air, shallow left. In comes Callahan. Out goes Vallette. No catch. That ball falls. Grace will go to first and stay put. With a 2-out single to bring up Nate Lai now. Keep battling, boys. Keep battling. That's all you can do. Time is called. Meeting at the mound between Loper and his catcher Mann as Lai will wait to hit. Vallette, who went diving for that play out of short, looks to be a little bit shaken up on the play, which nobody likes to see. Hopefully he's okay. Nate's been cold today, 0 for 3 with 3 Ks, looking to avoid the golden sombrero. Tomorrow, the Duelers go to Paducah. 6:30 first pitch from the home of the Chiefs, Brooks Stadium. No, not Arrowhead, Brooks. This is baseball, not football. I had to make that reference. I'm from Kansas City. Sorry. As full count has beat Paducah 10-5, so the Duelers wouldn't lose any ground with a loss here tonight. Just a game in the elimination number in terms of the division crown is concerned. Jacob Snyder, by the way, is now coaching first base due to the fact that Will Allen has been ejected from this game. First pitch to Nate Lai is low and in the dirt, ball 1. One and 1 to Nate. Oh, 1-0, excuse me. Scoreboard was wrong. Now it's right. We're all good. Loper's pitched. Ground ball to third, broken bat. Estes to second, the short way, and the game is over. Final score, Fulton Railroaders 8, Duelers 4. The loss goes to James Dixon. The win to Malik Pogue. We'll talk to you tomorrow on Mixler. I'll be sure to tweet out that link for the Mixler audio feed tomorrow before the game. 2 in a row against Paducah, 6:30 both nights. The following 2 nights, Thursday and Friday. I'll talk to you tomorrow on Mixler. Thank you for joining us tonight, guys. I really appreciate it. We'll talk to you tomorrow on the Duelers Baseball Network. Thank you, and have a great rest of your Wednesday evening. Good night, everybody.